What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're going to be going over what we could see in Zelda's 40th anniversary, which is in this year, 2026. And, you know, leaks, rumors, possibilities, things that might not happen, all sorts of stuff like that. And we will most definitely begin a Nintendo Direct in very late January or mid-February. So, yeah, let's dive into it. First thing I want to talk about is the possibility of seeing a Four Swords remake. Now, you may think this is unlikely, but it's actually not unlikely anymore. Now, it technically was never unlikely or likely until very, very recently, like today or yesterday, like very recently, where we got a few leaks saying Four Swords could be getting a full-blown remake or port, and it will be coming out for Zelda's 40th anniversary. And this is a really good thing because Four Swords came out, it was, it's very multiplayer based, like, couch co-op or friends, just with your friends. And back in the day, it was very hard to get friends who also had the game. So nowadays, on your Switch 2, it's going to be pretty easy to find people, or you could buy them the game if you wanted. So it will definitely be a good thing if we get this for the console, because it will actually make this game known again. So, very exciting. Next, I want to talk about Zelda games that could be getting a Switch 2 edition. And for any of these games, it's not really a bad thing. They're just sitting there, collecting dust, basically. And getting Switch 2 editions would encourage players to go out and buy them for the first time. And we already have a lot of Zelda games with Switch 2 editions. Like Echoes of Wisdom, Link's Awakening. Those got Switch 2 editions, as well as the very famous Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Those famously got Switch 2 editions. So, we already have several, and that's why it seems actually likely for them to add more. I mean, they've already, admitted or committed, of giving these games Switch 2 editions, and it's Zelda's 40th anniversary, so what better time to do it? And the games that could be getting Switch 2 editions, let me just start out with an unlikely one. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. No way this one gets one, at least I don't think so. There's no leaks, nothing saying this could ever get one. It's just pure guessing, and I don't think it will. It's not really that popular, especially compared to Age of Calamity or Age of Imprisonment, which just came out. So I think the only way that this would get success is if Age of Imprisonment fans were like, I want to play more Hyrule Warriors, which I actually kind of find unlikely, because it's just a very different style, and I doubt they'd be used to it. Of course, they wouldn't know that at the time, but, they'd find it out for sure. So, I don't think Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is likely. But Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, now we're talking. It's a lot more similar to Age of Imprisonment. It's not, that similar, but a lot more than Definitive Edition. And a lot of people probably got their Switch 2 and Age of Imprisonment, and we're like, I want to play the game before this. So, it'd be a great time. Also, that game doesn't run well on the Switch 1. And if you put it into your Switch 2, it'll play the Switch 1 version. So, it really could use a Switch 2 version. That one, I actually see kind of likely. Maybe it'll finally encourage me to play that game. But, yeah. And then, next game that could be getting one, which kind of unlikely, and that's Skyward Sword HD Remake for the Switch 1. Now, this game runs smooth because it's an older game that they put on the Switch 1. But now, with the Switch 2 and all, Zelda's 40th anniversary, I would very much like them to make a Switch 2 version of this. Because I've always wanted to play the HD remake, and I've got around to it, and it would give me an excuse, I guess, because I have a lot of other games on I play. I'd be like, when the Switch 2 version comes out, I'll play it. So, I really hope this is a thing, but complete guessing. There's no real rumors about this one, but I hope so. So, those are the games that probably won't and might get Switch 2 editions. Our final thing I will be talking about in this video is, get ready, a Ocarina of Time remake. And when I say remake, I mean remake all the textures completely, rebuild it from the ground up. And this is so likely. I've mentioned it in other videos, but this is very likely. We've gotten leaks. Nintendo recently updated their patent on mechanics from Ocarina of Time, which Why would they do that? Probably because they're about to release a new Ocarina of Time. It would be such a good game for the 40th anniversary because Ocarina of Time is widely known as one of the best video games in history, not just in the Zelda series. So to get this, a full-on, built from the ground up remake, that would be very exciting. And the 40th anniversary, that's a big deal. And 50th anniversary is too far away. So this is likely because of the leaks, and it's very exciting. I've never played the originals, but I would love to, and this would give me a perfect chance to do it. Probably my own bias there, but I know tons of people would be excited to play this game. So yeah, we might see an Ocarina of Time remake. I know, crazy. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. And I know it was a shorter one, but hope you enjoyed it. And if you made it this far, clearly like my content, so maybe consider leaving a like, subscribing, helps out a ton. Till next time, peace out.